About the speaker, Dr. Rupali has more than 20 years of experience, both academic as well as industrial. She has worked abroad in under various big names. She is a certified project management professional and holds a doctorate in microelectronics. You can always question her why she is holding a degree in microelectronics and not teaching that. But she is the independent corporate trainer, and now she is a faculty with 𝐏𝐵 Business School in Mumbai, and she is teaching project management, supply chain management, and strategic management. I now hand over the proceedings to Dr. Rupali for conduct of this webinar. Again, I'm sure it is going to be a learning experience for all of us. Over to you, Dr. Rupali.
Yeah, thank you, Colonel Amardeep, for the introduction, and thank you all for connecting again, and that too on Saturday. I really appreciate that. Okay, so before spending time on other discussion, I'll directly jump into what we are planning to cover today. We are going to have this 40 or 45 minutes of session, and 15 minutes are kept for questions and answers. And in between, you are free to write your questions on the chat, or if there is a logical break, we can I can take your questions also. So far, it's a series of 3 webinars. First webinar we have already conducted, that is project management course overview. And second, today I'll be talking about project management as a profession and reflections and employability skills. I hope I'm audible to all.
Yes, you are audible. However, you can speak a slightly louder.
Okay, fine. Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is what I plan to do today. I'll give you a brief a recap of last webinar. And in this webinar, we are going to discuss, the focus is mainly on project manager. What does they do? And what are the competencies of project manager? Once this is done, then we'll also talk about project management certifications. What is the need and what if you don't have those certifications? So this is what we discussed last time. We started with project, and we also discussed what do we manage in projects and how do we manage projects. A very brief overview on this, how to manage a project, but we had a discussion on what to manage in a project. So a project, as you all know, it's temporary endeavor and it has a start and end date. And project enables business value creation because you are taking projects to have some value, which either it is value for the client organization also, and value for the your organization also. So progressive elaboration, because when we start a project, things are not very much clear, so we progressively elaborate. And then we also discuss the various type of projects, the simple projects, complex projects, uncertain projects. So this is the graph that we discussed. We started with term project, and then we ended with the multinational project. We also discussed the opportunities that we have that are there in project management domain, and it is expected that by 227 the India would need 217 lakh project managers, not project managers, I will say project oriented roles, people in project oriented roles. So only project manager is not the designation. There are various other levels that we can look for based on our experience. And we also discuss about the PMI Institute, which is a governing body for PMP certification and CAPM certification. And we also discussed about the in-house courses that we run. The one is the foundation course and second one is the advanced course. So I think this overview is enough. I can now proceed with today's session. Any queries on this session, I can take it right now. And before jumping into what project managers do. Okay. Okay, fine. So key elements of project management is your project team, project manager, and project management methodology. So focus today here is project management. So first slide talks about what should a project manager know. So first thing he or she should know that what the project management is all about. What are the knowledge areas, the process group, process, tools and techniques, project development, life cycles. So what is it? This is a simple figure which talks about everything. I won't be talking. You see the red line here. Below this red line is the project. So this is our area of work. Above that, what is shown here, that projects reflect strategy of an organization. So once the strategic objective of an organization are clear, then I take the projects accordingly. If my strategic objective is says I have to launch new products to increase the market penetration, so I'll take projects in that direction. I'll do the analysis, find out what all products will increase my market penetration, and then I'll execute the project. So once I have the project with me, what do I manage in the projects? These are the things that I manage in a project. 1 minute. So these are the things I manage in a project. I manage stakeholders, very important aspect. I manage quality, I manage risk, I manage resource, I manage procurement, I manage communication also, cost, scope, and schedule. On the right hand side, what these are the process groups that I manage: initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. Initiating starts when the customer gives the requirement, and I freeze all the requirements and produce one deliverable, which is known as project charter. Once I have a project charter with me, what I do, I end up into planning. That is what I do for all planning for all the knowledge areas, which is there on the left hand side. All the 10 knowledge areas I plan for. So once my planning is there, I see that my project is executed as per the plan. And then once it is executed and the customer is happy with the output and handover is done, I close the project. But there is one more thing: while execution, if I see that no, it's not going as per my plan, I do monitoring and controlling. So there are various tools and techniques available to me which talks about how can I control the project, how can I plan a project, how can I initiate a project, and why, what is the need of closing a project. Then there is one more term here, processes. So there are, if I say I plan for schedule, the next question that will come to my mind is, what do I plan for in schedule? So these are the processes given by the by the standards, and this is the entire list which the body of knowledge, project management body of knowledge, talks about. So we have. Can everyone go on mute, please? Okay, so you can see this project schedule management. So what do I plan for? I plan for activities. Then I sequence the activity. Then I do the estimation of the activities. Then I develop the schedule. When I say I develop the schedule, I'm talking about per CPN and per tools. Once this is done, I'll execute my project, and which should go as per my developed schedule. If it is not going as per my schedule, what do? I control the schedule. So all these processes, there are 47 processes that I need to manage, and it's not mandatory that for your project you have to manage all the projects. You can identify which is suitable for your project. You can manage that project, that process. And there is something else in projects, because one size is not fit for all. Right now the market is very dynamic and the customer requirements are changing and there is lots of uncertainty. So this project flows from predictive project life cycle to agile project life cycle. So you can see here, uh, the degree of change and the delivery of frequency. When I say predictive life cycle, means the frequency is frequency of delivery is very low and the degree of change is very low. Means it's a traditional model. You can say waterfall approach we follow when the things are very stable. There is no uncertainty, there is no complexity, and I know what I am supposed to do. So this is like a waterfall. There is no reverse thing, and it doesn't. This kind of life cycle doesn't appreciate change. Then on the other hand, you will see agile life cycle in which the frequency of delivery is very high. Every 2 weeks or 4 weeks, we have a no one release, or you can say we release the product, not product, a component of a product, or into point 1, point 2, point 3. So it all depends, and you see the degree of change is very high. So agile is used when there is lots of complexity in the environment or lots of uncertainty. And when I start a project, I know the goal, but I don't know how to reach towards the goal. Or sometimes it so happens, because the customer requirements are changing very frequently, I end up choosing this agile approach. Agile approach can be incremental also and iterative also. Incremental, it's the frequency of delivery is very high. Like you take the example of you are launching a product in the market, any app you can take, or ERP system. So first when you launch ERP, after that you will have upgrade version of ERP. That is incremental, point 1, point 2, point 3. So I am incrementing the customer changes into my product, and then I am releasing it to in the market. And after, no, sometimes maybe 3 months you have a big release, so you upgrade it to ERP 1 instead of point 1, point 2, point 3. Now after 3 months you have ERP 1. So this is how it goes, no, upgrades. Iterative is, you will see in iterative what we have, frequency of delivery is very low, it's one time, but degree of changes are very high. So in this case, the objective is pass or fail. You can take the example of, no, missile, space, and no, big projects. Or last time we discussed, if it is a war, so it's either pass or fail. If there is no chance to, no, improve it next time. So what you do, you prototype the product, or you do lots of testing, lots of training, then you end up, if that is the case, then we choose the iterative life cycle. Incremental, the focus of incremental is the speed to the time to the market. Yeah, so this is how the four different life cycle we have, and based on your project requirements you can decide which life cycle you want to go with. Because, no, predictive and agile, predictive is very stable and agile is very uncertain, so the mindset changes. So that's why people say, before the start of the project you need to define which kind of project development approach you need to have, and accordingly you need to groom your resources for the for that kind of life cycle. So this is another important aspects, because right now most of the projects, software projects, we talk about agile, but most of the projects are taking hybrid approach, which is no, towards predict, predictive as well as agile approach. And we also discussed that project management is everywhere. When individuals are involved, project management is there. When you have groups involved, different groups involved, you have project management. When no, multi organizations are involved, there that time the need for project management is must. And multinational, you can imagine the uncertainty, the complexity, the time goes in communication, no other aspects, so it changes, but it is across all the domains. So once this is done, actually what this project manager do, he or she, no, does the same thing what we have discussed in this. All these things you have to manage. You have to manage all the knowledge areas, you have to manage all the these process groups, and you have to manage all the processes. In addition, what do you manage? You have to manage team also. So when I say planning of a project, what do I manage? I need to have the scope. What is the scope of the project is very important, because, no, you need to differentiate between what is the scope and what is not in scope. Because if you don't define what is not in scope, then there are lots of chances you end up fighting with your client at the end of the project. Then selecting and organizing team, very important aspect, because, no, technical thing you can always manage, but no, as and when the soft skill comes into play, then it becomes real tough. You also have to interact with the stakeholder and influence the stakeholder. If you find that the stakeholder has a negative attitude towards your project, and the stakeholder is very important, then you have to ensure that he, no, he at least, he or she at least have a positive view, opinion about your project. Negotiating and integrating with functional manager, contractor, user, and top management. It is a little just an overview, because no, we work in different kind of project management organization. For some of the organization, I need to report to as a project manager. We need to report to functional manager, and when there are procurement and make and buy analysis, then I need to have an interaction with contract, top management. So negotiation also plays a very important role here. And for a client, most of the time you are the point of contact. Plus, you have to ensure that you have to monitor the project status and control it if there are any variances. Conflict between the team members, you have to manage, motivate team also. Sometimes it so happen, no, you, because you are responsible for the project and you feel that it is not uh, uh, as per the plan, or it is not contributing to the strategic objective. That time you can always ask for terminating or redirection, revision of the proposal. Because most of the time, not most of the time, sometimes it happens, mostly in data migration projects. Initially it used to happen that no, we feel that this is a very easy job, just to migrate data from one system to another system, and accordingly we define the proposal. But when we started actually started working on it, then we discover that that is not the case. Then we requested the client organization that we want to revise the proposal. Then that initial project was cancelled, and then the new project was proposed, and we did the feasibility analysis, and we did the discussion with the clients also. So this is actually we do. Sentences are easy to read, but when you actually do it, no, during execution, it's a different ball game altogether. Any questions so far? Anything else you want to know about project manager, role of project manager? You can, okay. Okay, fine. So this is what is the role of project manager. But be ready for surprises also, because no, there are lots of uncertainty, and project is a new endeavor. Every time we work with a new we either produce a new product or new service, or modify or upgrade the existing one. So it's always new. So be prepared for the surprises. Now, having said that, what all competencies no, do you have to look for if you are interested in project management career? So I thought we start with finding out what are the reasons for project failure. If we understand the reason for project failure, no, we can at least try to map the gaps and no, develop our competencies in that area. So first, okay, main reason for project failure is performance criteria. It is being said that if it is greater than 20% over budget, 20% late, or 20% not meeting the business requirements, then we consider project as failed. But there are other aspects to it. One of the research says people fail because of people. 32% people say that no, it's failed because of the resources that we use in the project. 42% times the project fail because we don't identify the correct process, or we don't tailor the process as per our requirements. And 43% times it is failed because of communication. Because as a project manager, you need to understand that there should be an active communication. It's not passive communication that needs to be there. It should not happen that you are sitting in a cubicle next to next and you are dropping a mail instead of shouting and asking ki ye kaise hota hai. You are drop a mail to the other person and waiting for his or her reply. So that is not the way you should work as a project manager. And it is also being said that the project manager should spend 70 to I think 75 to 90% of time in communication, because that's what is its main task. But there are other reasons also, because of which the project fail. It says 37% of projects lack clear goal. It is the most common factor for project failure. When I say clear goal, if I say customer, you can say I can say if my goal is increase customer satisfaction. If I give this statement to my team they will be confused. What do I need to do in this? So I need to know, specify, increase customers satisfaction by 4, yes, by 4%, or by, you can say, by 90%. And the measurement criteria, that is the critical metrics or key performance criteria, is this. So accordingly, my team will have a clear understanding what they are supposed to do, and if in case there is any problem, then they can get back to me, because I have defined a clear path to them. That's how they can achieve this goal. 42% companies don't understand or need the importance of project management. Yes, but there is lots of scope, because project, if you don't have a project management, no, then you are only reinventing the wheel. Because what project management says, once you have defined the scope, you have defined the processes, then everything goes into project repository, which can be utilized by the people either who are junior to you, or the same in the organization requires the same kind of information. And it also gives the direction to the organization and enhance the leadership ability of the people. 44% of project fail due to lack of alignment between the business and project objectives. See, same example I'll take. I say increase customer satisfaction. Okay, this is my business objective, but for my project I am not dedicated, I am not giving 10% of budget to achieve that target. So that is also a misalignment. If I am saying how you are measuring customer satisfaction, I have no value. How much budget you have allocated, no budget is allocated. So that's where no gaps comes. So these small things creates a huge problem in a project. 55% says project manager side budget overrun. Yes, budget overrun is a normal phenomenon, but there are chances. You can always control a budget by controlling the changes. If the project is subjected to change, then there is a way to record those changes. That's where we talk in terms of scope creep. I need to control the changes, or so that it doesn't go beyond beyond the knowledge of project manager. Because some people have this tendency, they accept change in requirement from the customer, because they are new to project and they feel that first time we are interacting with the customer, and they don't inform project manager about the changes. And the project manager may not be aware of what is the change, and when he'll discover during the testing time, then it's already over budget. So that is one of the issue. Communication plays a very important role here. This is one of the statement. Yeah, when you use project management practice, you save money. 62% projects are successfully completed because they had supportive sponsor. Yes, top management support or sponsor support is very much required. Last one is stakeholder management is most valuable, because it's people management. No, you have to manage people. Technical resources are very intelligent nowadays, but no, managing them is a huge task. And if you manage them well, or if you engage your stakeholder well, then your project is bound to get success. And this is also a fact that India would need 70 lakh project managers and 217 lakh project management jobs in project oriented roles by 2027. There is also one more research. Most of the project fail because of, what is this says? Okay, what are the largest project management challenges in your organization? And this is the survey: poorly trained project managers. Yeah, that is also there. Because if you are not aware of the standards, then no, it all based on your experience. I join organization as a project manager, but I only have 2 years of experience. I'll execute the project in my way. I join the organization, I have 10 years of experience, and I'll execute the project my way. So that's where no inconsistency builds up. So that is why it says poorly trained project managers. Then you have inconsistency in approach. Before starting a project, you have to define, you have to define what is the life cycle approach you are taking. So it should not happen. You started with predictive and later on you thought that no, it's not working. I'll go for agile. So that is not the way it works. Lack of senior management support. Okay, doing the wrong project is also a big reason for a project failure. There is a very good example, Ford Edsel. Edsel, for Edsel, what they did, they invested 3 years and around $256 billion for planning and research. It's a big segment car. It's a big car actually. But they, when they launched the Excel in the market, it's around 2050, oh sorry, 1957. The market had already moved up to the contact cars, compact cars. So that was a failed project. So it is also essential, even if you take the project, it is also essential to review the business case on no continuously, because there is also one example. A project was initiated to build a bridge on a river, and after 5 years, when the project was implemented, there was no river, but the bridge was there. So these are the small things, no, we have to see while working in a project. The longer the duration of a project, then it becomes necessity to check whether that project is still required or it's not required. Poor management, yes, 2019 survey says that poor manage no, it's most of the projects fail because of poor management. But how can you ensure this project success? There is no super secret formula. Yeah, because even if you have you do all the R&D, you do all the market research, you do everything, project may fail because sometimes the emotions get attached to the project. Very good example, New Coke was launched with thorough research and everything, but within 3 months they have to no back out the entire lot of New Coke, because they could not understand that there is emotions associated with that brand. So that's why the people were not purchasing. They were happy with the old Coke. So some things that you cannot know, you have to think, and then it's something no you want. You can't predict this will happen, even if you do everything right. So pointers to look at: focus on business value, establish clear accountability, measured result, control over scope creep, and methodology you have to define beforehand. Motivate team members, and you have to give your team members tools and techniques. Competencies: technical, leadership, and strategic and business competencies. Technical, your domain. Leadership, you have how you direct the team. And strategic is little advanced version, because we say that project management manager should know the strategic objective of the organization. Accordingly, he and she can take a call when the customer demands a change. If the customer is saying, if your objective is only time to no it's business as usual, and the customer is demanding for innovation, then as a project manager you can say no, because our objective is this and we will work on these domains. So this is a huge area actually to understand. Employability skill: domain expertise you should have, whether you belong to HR, whether you belong to marketing, whether you belong to logistics, whether you belong to any other area, operations, or no, yes, any other area, domain should be very strong. On top of that, you should have a project management knowledge. The best part is project management knowledge is transferable because it's not specific to a domain. You understand your domain, project comes, you apply it in your project. Critical thinking, yes, rational and focused thinking is very much required. Communication, as I have already told you, very important with your team, with your bosses, with the stakeholders. And it's not a solo work. It's we have to work together to produce the results. Application, knowledge application and analysis, very important, because right now the technology is changing. If suppose if you are working in business process management domain, it should not happen that you are given an opportunity to work on project launch and you say no. You should be no quick enough to understand this new concept and then start using putting those no understanding in the project and start analyzing how can you make it better. Business ethics, social responsibility, very important. Yeah, because no there is also very good story, TCA story, like one job interview. They were reimbursing the travel fare, and for one person they gave 100 rupees extra. and he sat there for entire day to just to no, return this 100 rupees. And because of this attitude of her, this he she was hired. So these things also play very important role. Social responsibility, yes, you have to be very careful about the sustainability goals. Right now we are only talking about talking in terms of sustainability goals and no carbon, go green, all these things. Technology you should know, because we work on no Microsoft project Primavera. If you are working on Agile, then we have Jira, Kanban tools. These things you should know. If not, then you need to learn. Data literacy, everything is analytics now. So you should be in a position to assess data, interpret it, and then use it in the decision making. So these are the few things that give you a push in your career. Okay, I can assume no question. I'll see the chat if there is anyone. So there is one more question. So what if I don't have the desired certification? No worries. It's okay if you don't have a design certification, but you should have a knowledge of project management. And why should you have a knowledge of project management? Because you can build on your existing skills. It's not asking for you to change the domain. You can apply project management everywhere in each and every domain, and you also speak the right language, because no, there are few terminology is very important. It should not that no project manager is talking different terminology and you are alien to that terminology. That should not be the case. Yeah. And third is you learn new skills. Yes, project management, if you are learning, you learn new skills in terms of negotiation, new skills in terms of managing team, new skills in terms of solving conflicts. So there are many other things you learn while working in a project. As I said, it's a transferable skill. It's not that if I one organization and I join another organization of the same sector, I can't use my project management skill. So this is transferable skill. And once you have a project management knowledge, yes, people, you make an impact. People start noticing you. And be a lifelong learner. Why I have written that it's a demanding job. It's not that you decide that I want to be a project manager and then you relax. No, every time, every day, there is lots of uncertainty. Things are changing, so you have to be learn. You learn each and every day a new thing. So that's why if you feel that you don't cope up with the pressure of this demanding job, then it's not a right option or no job or opportunity for you. But having said that, project management certification gives you a competitive advantage, because no, my question to you is, I know project management, so what? Everywhere is aware of project management. But if you have a certification, employers do look at you. Yes, you know, because this gives a confidence to the organization and to you also that you can start using project management framework. It is recognized worldwide. So it's not that PMP certified in India or PMP certified in USA, PMP certified in UK. It's recognized wide, one PMP certification, and you are okay, you are open for the opportunities across globe. You gain respect also, that is also true, because no, it increases your chances of career advancement and high salary. Yeah, that is there, but you have to prove that you what you have learned, you are in a position to apply it in a project. If you are not in a position to apply in a project, then no, but there is something else you need to look for, because management looks for it's good for entry level, but when you are in the organization, then you have to show your skill set. There is no way out. So how do you acquire this project management knowledge? We have we conduct two workshops, that is foundational, I've talked about, and advanced courses, and certification. For certifications, you have CAPM and PMP. So just brief on what all these certifications talk about. So see, I have already told you that no, India would need 17 lakhs project manager by 2027 and 217 lakhs people in project oriented roles. So this is the leading sectors where you will find the opportunities. You have opportunities in manufacturing, construction. You have opportunities in management and professional services, publishing, IT services, utilities, finance, insurance. So you have opportunities across no all these sectors. So how do you seize these opportunities? You understand, first you need to understand what project management skills you already have. Maybe you are very good in planning, maybe you are very good in communication, maybe you are very good in negotiation. But in addition to that, you also have to find out which areas you are not good at. Because for me, I'm very good at planning, but when it comes to monitoring and controlling, then I'm little weak. So for me, I have to focus more on monitoring and control, because if I am not in a position to control or monitor my project, then it's going to be, overrun, over budget, and no, there would be a schedule slippage. Then you build on project management experience. All of you are working, because last time we also discussed everything is a project, it's everywhere, no, and the list is huge. Even organizing an event is a project. So you have to build on your experience. Organizing an event at your premises, it's a simple project, but same event organizing at city level or state level, you can, it's a huge event, and you need to have project management competency and over there to showcase your skills. You need to upgrade project management skills. How can you upgrade project management skills? By going through the training or giving the certification. Upskill, yes. If in addition you can, acquire any other skill, that is also a wonderful. No, it's a, add-on things, and which adds value to your resume. Like you have project management certification, you also can go for risk management certification, or you also can go for security certifications. So this is how you upskill your this thing. Be industry ready. Yes, industry requires different set of people. So it's not that I join the industry, then I take the certification, or then I attend the course. No, because industry wants you productive from day one. So be industry ready. Have these courses beforehand, and then start playing your role, and no, people will start noticing you. Be a part of network, very important. There are lots of group, LinkedIn, PMI network, projectmanagement.com. We join those networks. That will help, because there are lots of case studies and white papers over there. Once you feel that yes, project management is for me, I'll going to, pursue my career in project management, go for certification. And once you have a certification, then the many other opportunities also open up. So this is what I was talking about, PNMI Institute, and these are the certifications. Yeah, it's a pioneer in project management, in giving you PMP certification. So the in for you actually, there are two certification: project management certified associate in project management, CAPM, and PMP, project management professionals. So, but if you take a PMI membership also, PMI. Okay. Membership, there are other benefits of taking the membership. You can see that no, you can access the standards, guides, publications, and journals, case studies, white paper, free. Not free, I would say, but you can access those. There is a membership fees. First year you have to pay this $129, and second year onwards for India, it's $65. So every year you have to renew it. Now, little bit about CAPM. CAPM also recognized worldwide, but you will see it demonstrate employee clients and that resource understand project management. So they will know, yes, you know what the project management is all about, and it is for entry level. All the project management team who wants to demonstrate their project management knowledge, or you are just starting your career there. This is the book. PMBOK 6 is the guide for this certification, and it's for prerequisite you need a degree and 23 hours of project management training. And if you are a member, then there is a discount. You will be paying only 225, and non-members you will pay 300. So it's beneficial to become a member of PMI, because there are lot other benefits you will get. Then we have a PMP certification, and you will see in this case it's not demonstrate. It says the resource has a project management knowledge, experience, and skill to bring project to successful completion. So there is a difference in this. It is assumed that you have already worked on a project and know things about project. It is also globally recognized, and recruiters demands it. This thing, these 2 points we have already discussed. For this certification, we use 3 books: Agile Practice Guide, PMBOK 6 and PMBOK 7. What is the prerequisite? You have 3 years of experience plus 35 hours of project management training, which is mandatory. Yeah, and also you will see membership. If you are a member, then the examination fees is only $405. If you are non-member, then the examination fee is 555. So it's beneficial to become the member. And there are, if you are not interested in the training, then there are workshops also: foundational course, launching project management career if you are new to it. And if you are already in project management, then you have an advanced course, taking project management career to next level. The objective is the this thing, no, foundation course is only for 2 months and 8 hours of contract trainings, and we will be talking about how to initiate project plan, and scheduling a project, closing a project, and there are various no techniques, tools and techniques we will be talking about. And at the end of this course, it's not no, that you finish the course and you get the certificate of completion. No, there is an assessment at the end, and this is what is the price for this. And secondly is the advanced version, which is 3 months, and it includes 12 hours of contract training. It's an online self-paced course, and you will see in addition to that, we will be talking about project constraint, impact analysis, project specification. That is, we will talk how we talk to the client and convert the requirements into convert customer wants or needs into project specifications or project requirements. So it will no cover end to end thing, project from conceptualization, execution and delivery. And we will be talking about more other tools: resource optimization, earned value management, crashing and engagement. There are many others, few of them are written here. Again, that we have an assessment criteria here. Once you clear this exam, then you will be given the certificate of completion. So this is the price for this. And you will, in addition, you will also get the practice material. These are the things which you can go through: course presentation, handouts, sessions, multiple choice questions, flashcards, exercises, and few articles I would be sharing, and learning activities also. So this is what is the inaugural offer. So with that, I conclude my presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, there are few questions. How is operation manager different from project manager? See, operations is business as usual. I believe you know what is business as usual. Like no project may every time we are working with a new project, new work. So the skills or the knowledge or the activities that you have performed is totally different. See, simple example, I think I have discussed that in the last session. If you are manufacturing a car, first time you are manufacturing a car with a new configuration, then you will use the concept of project management and you will work as a project manager. Now my car is freezed, all the configuration is done, is ready to be launched in the market. So it's not that I'll be manufacturing one car, one car, one car. I'll be producing in bulk. When I'm producing in bulk, then what is my objective? Is achieving economy of scale and ensuring that the process is robust, because एक भी defective car means entire lot will have defective cars. So I'll be if I have to produce in bulk, then produce in bulk, then I would be working as a operations manager. Project manager objective is totally different and operations manager objective is totally different. Are you with me on this, Major?
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah. Will a project management be of any help for someone who plans a career in operations management? Yes, definitely. Because see, suppose you take the same example, if you are producing in bulk, yeah, and your project is not stable. Or suppose if you are producing in bulk, but it should not, it doesn't happen. No, you take the example of car company only. They come up with lots of other models. So when they are working on a new model, you work as a project manager. If you are producing the same model in bulk, then you work as an operation management. So it's not that organization only works on operation management. Operation is very much required for business sustainability and running their business. But whatever funds they get from operations, they put it into new projects, new work that they do. They might diversify, they might produce new product, they might produce new services. So it is required.
Understood, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. What are the certifications other than PMP from PMI, which is recognized by industry? See, we have discussed CAPM, which is Associate Certified Project Manager. We have project management. If you want to have a specialized thing, then you can go for risk management certification is there, schedule management is there. There is one more agile certification that you can go for, but it all depends on the industry you want to join. Right now, it's if you go for PMP, it's a mix of agile and it's mix for predictive. So PMP will cover all these development life cycle, but specifically if you want to go for software certification, then you can go for agile also. Supplement to PMP certification. There are other countries offering project management certification. You have Prince2, you have IPMA, but PMP certification has a weightage. Are you with me on this? Or sometime it so happen you join an organization, they tailor the PMP certification or project management certification as per their requirement. Is it fine, Prehanji?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can we appear for advanced course directly? Yes, you have an experience, you understand, you have a basic knowledge of project management. Definitely, you can appear for advanced course directly. Fine, Raghav.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. What do I think for PM Ready? PM Ready is one of the area which project management has, even PMI website has opened up, which have lots of cases and other things. I think it's a good area to start with, because you get exposed to lots of case studies and how those case studies have been executed. I haven't gone into depth of PM Ready, but broadly on broader basis, I have this understanding. But if you want more information, Dr. Sheena, I'll get back to you on this, through Winning Edge team.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Priyanka, what does that mean? Does PMP certification suffice or include? Priyanka, Jacob, I didn't get your question. Okay, second.
I think she's asking if that includes Agile, Scrum, Lean, Sigma, all of that.
See, when you do PMP, they talk about Agile. Scrum, Agile is an approach under which we have various methods. We have Scrum method, we have Crystal method, we have FDD, DSM, DM. But when you do PMP, they don't specify anything about Scrum, because then it will be treated as they are partial to Scrum. Scrum is a method which organization use. If you have to do Scrum certification, then PMP, or there is one other certification, DASSM or DASM. It's a disciplined agile Scrum certification that you can go for. And there is one more, disciplined agile senior Scrum certification that you can look for. But PMP may it's only Agile certification. Is it fine?
Yeah. What about Lean Sigma? How relevant is that if you do your PMP?
Lean, Lean is a bigger umbrella in which you have Kanban and you have Agile. Lean talks about elimination of wastage. There are 7 type of wastage they have talked about, and we focus on this. So basic concept is under Lean we have Agile and other things. Are you with me on this?
Yeah. So the question is, if one does PMP, you find a lot of officers are also doing Lean Sigma, black belt, and green belt. I mean, green belt first, then the black belt. Is that required? The question is that required?
It is required if your organization is focused on controlling the waste. If because when do you use Lean and when do you use Six Sigma? It's on the processes. There are lots of non-value added activities in your processes which are adding to cost and which are adding to schedule. Then we go for Six Sigma courses or Lean courses.
Or Kaizen, right? Even
Yes,
Kaizen.
Kaizen is there. Kaizen is continuous improvement. Yes, that is also there. So that's where we focus on this. But PMP certification, in addition to that, if you do Six Sigma or if you do that Lean certification, it is really a good combo.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Yes, and you have rightly said that yes, it starts with green belt. Green belt is for the beginners who joins the organization, because when you are implementing Six Sigma in organization, it doesn't mean you can only implement it on one of the business unit. That initiative has to come from the top management. Yeah, so if it is Six Sigma, then the entire organization will work towards Six Sigma, because once everyone understand the concept, then only you can follow it. Right now, it's total quality management. Initially, the term was quality management, which was restricted to different business units. Now, total quality management means top management is involved and they are looking after the quality of the entire organization, which is customer oriented. That's why these certification also plays a very important role. And then once you are green belt certified, then you can go for black belt. Black belt means you are you are in a position to handle many projects and you can even train green belt. Then it is master belt, which means I think it's you can take the in charge of one business unit, and above that there is champion also, which works at the topmost level. So that's how the hierarchy is. Is it clear?
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, PMP certification will definitely be help in physical security domain. Yeah, because you will know actually how you will know, because most of the places planning is not treated as an important aspect. But if you plan well, or maybe you spend 50 or 60% of your time in planning, then execution is very smooth. So this is also, and then you have to control it, everything. So these steps, what PMP talks about is definitely going to help you with security domain. Is it clear? Okay, thank you. Okay, is PMP certification equivalent to PMI, ACP? ACP is Agile, no? You are talking about Agile certification.
Correct, ma'am. Correct.
Yeah, so these are two different things. PMP and the PMI offers PMP certification also, and PMI offers Agile certification also. So these two are different. It's not equivalent, I would say. These are different. If your organization demand Agile certification, you can go do Agile certification, but you need to check beforehand, because now they are talking about disciplined Agile Scrum. Disciplined Agile term is there. So you have to check discipline Agile and Agile certification, but these are not equivalent. Yeah, because Agile is a huge domain which is different, because terminology is totally different in Agile. But yeah, You should know, because terminology at least you should know, because if you work on a project, most of the projects are hybrid life cycle, maybe predictive and agile life cycle. So accordingly, you will be given the projects. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Suresh. Yes, Priyanka, if you go for a CPP as well, these are a complement added value. Yes, this will definitely going to add value. There is no doubt about it, because project management is transferable and it's not domain specific. You get a project in security domain, you will if you have two certifications in hand, then it's organization will be happy to take you. No, yes. Yeah, so that was the last question.
Doc, can I interrupt?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. There are few things just I wanted to add, actually. There were a lot of questions for Scrum and Lean Six Sigma and Kaizen, etc. Gentlemen and the ladies, we must focus at the requirement, which is mandatory requirement or demand by the industry. You must be looking at a domain. Like, for example, somebody must be looking at IT sector, somebody is looking at logistics, somebody is looking after administration, somebody is looking at security or operations. Now, all these have got a different certification, different qualification, which is a requirement. The Lean Six Sigma, Kaizen, ISO 9000, ISO 25000, 35000, these are all are industry-based or group-based. Like, for example, if Reliance Industry has got ISO 9000, you go as ISO 9000, they will probably give you 2 marks extra, 2 points extra that you've got this, because they will not have to spend time and efforts on you. But if an industry doesn't have ISO 9000, it's not following Lean Six Sigma, then your disqualification does not fall anyway. So at this stage, like, I can see the names, and I know a few of you. This is the stage where the requirement should be that what is must have, and what is could have, and what is should have. So the must have category, the PMP falls in must have category. A PMP gives you a tool or a qualification or a certification or a knowledge in which you can manage any type of profile. Doc has given an example of operations manager, operation management and project management. Like, if you're starting an industry of building a car, it's a project. The moment it becomes an operation stage, it becomes a operations. But in the same, during that operation, if they feel that our customers are complaining about fuel consumption, excessive fuel consumption, we need to study on that. Then there is a project team comes in to see how the fuel efficiency can be improved. So operation manager is doing his own job, and project manager is working on how to improve the fuel efficiency of the car. Project has got a start and end point. Operation has got infinitive point. So that's the difference between the two. So PMP is one thing which is going to be helping in every domain, whether it is logistics, whether it is administration, whether it is an HR. HR is also a project. Whenever you define and build up an industry, build up a department, identify the qualifications or the people who are supposed to be hired, the time taken onto it, that will also come to a PMP will come into play over there. So PMP has got a wide spectrum of operations and functions, and this comes as a must-have requirement. And rest of the things comes as a could have or should have. So when you take a qualification, you must split that thing, whether it is a must-have, research the market, see what is in demand, what qualification, see your domain which you are identifying. In this thing, what is the qualification which is must-have, or should have and could have? What are there in could have and should have? And that's how you should prepare your profile, and that's what the certification you should be targeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Ajay. Very well said. And thank you for helping me out here. So we will be meeting again on 27th of August, where we would be discussing some cases, industry specific projects. So
I would like to now take over again. We have spent an hour, and we must thank Dr. Rupali for giving us such an insight into the project management. You have all been added into the WhatsApp group. Also will be coming on our coming up with our Telegram channel. I request all just to stay there. It does not do any harm. Dr. Rupali has been working on so much of material to be shared with all the participants. Yes, there are paid courses, but all the information on WhatsApp group and the Telegram channel is going to be of a lot of use to you. And certainly we'll be interacting more often. You will get mails from us, reading material from us. That is absolutely to bring about a change. Like when I left army in 2018, I had no idea. Now I'm learning myself. I'm running 6 verticals in a company, and I wish I had this knowledge beforehand. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks to all the participants for being there, for being very patient listeners. Thank you, Ajay sir and Dr. Rupali, for handling this webinar wonderfully. And Jai Hind to everybody. Thank you.